Alrighty, there we go. We are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Sorry for the slightly delayed start. Good morning to everyone around South Africa. Welcome to what we call our business intro presentation. It is a business proposition. It is short and sharp. It is only about 35 minutes, so we get straight to the point. And it is a business proposition, and so it requires a decision afterwards. Hopefully you're in a position to make a decision. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint, and if you have any questions, reserve those questions until after the presentation. I'm sure you're being hosted by someone's introduced you to DuePoint. You are very welcome to speak to them. If you don't like their answers, then you can come speak to me. You're very welcome to do that. And we've got Anna on our live stream chat, so wherever you are on our live stream, introduce yourself, let us know where you are, how many guests you have with you. All right, so let's begin. DuePoint. We are a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company. We've been around since 1952, so we are a very well-established registered insurance company in South Africa. I will touch on them a bit later towards the end of the presentation. Suffice to say that DuePoint is fairly new. We are about 3.5 years old, so we're in our 4th year of business. We were founded in February 2016 when a number of aspirations and factors kind of came together for the founders of this business. And one of the biggest factors is one of us creating social impact, or at least having social impact in the community, in the country that we operate within. And so from your point of view, we wanted to address what a lot of South Africans face, and that's a lot of the risk that we face in the current circumstances that we find ourselves in. And so that biggest factor is an economic one. You would not be sitting here today if your job did everything it was required to do from a financial point of view. Think about, we can just fantasize for a second. Think about earning a good salary. Retrenchment was never a thing. You got a 15% increase in your salary every year, just a little bit more than inflation. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And then you wouldn't be sitting here on a Saturday morning in Bryanston having to watch a presentation, interested in creating additional income. But alas, here we find ourselves, right? This opportunity is born out of necessity, out of economic necessity. And I think by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to make a judgment call on whether this business would be good in mitigating a lot of the risk that we find ourselves in. And so what we did was we created an opportunity of social entrepreneurship. So this is an entrepreneurial business opportunity. It requires accountability. Right? The wonderful thing about entrepreneurship is that you get to take control over your income, or at least try. And so this business is exactly the same. We don't tell you what time to start work, what time to end work, whether you're allowed a lunch hour or not. You have to make a decision as to how much time you want to invest and engage with this business. And so what our mandate becomes is to create better channels of distribution. We could have, with our other businesses, what we've done, and most businesses do that, is engage typical forms of marketing. Right, we could have gone, we don't want to create an opportunity of social entrepreneurship. Let's just market our business and our products like everyone else does. Let's advertise. Let's pay DSTV. Let's pay SABC. Let's pay the newspapers. Let's pay the billboard companies. Right, that's the way a lot of companies operate and market and create channels of distribution. But what we've done is we've offered this partnership where we become reliable on you to help market this business in South Africa. And so this becomes word of mouth marketing or referral marketing or network marketing. It's all actually the same thing, but that's where the partnership comes. And your mandate is to go tell other people about DuePoint. And so if you're successful in connecting people to DuePoint, we create channels of distribution. And if you're able to create a channel of distribution for yourself by engaging in the DuePoint system, there are a host of benefits waiting for you. Not only the ability to create income. Our business is not an income generation business. Our business is a wealth generation business. We aspire to seeing people become wealthy in this business, right? And you'll see that become apparent in the presentation. And so what we're able to do is share the benefit of recurring income with you. Insurance companies have this wonderful thing called a book value. A book value creates what we call loosely recurring income. I can very accurately predict how much money we're going to be generating next month. But whereas in my other business that I ran for 15 years, ad agency, I couldn't do that because at the end of every single month, we started at zero. We had to bill hours, designers, developers, account managers, sales staff, or the admin staff. We would have to do production to generate any money. If no one came to work in my business that I used to run, we wouldn't generate a cent. And that was true in December because everyone went on leave in December and we didn't generate anything. We would have to build up enough of a fund to get us through December and often January, because in January clients wouldn't do any production. They were still getting to work and trying to figure out what was going on. But the beautiful thing about insurance companies is that every single month they generate very much the same income, this annuity income based on what we call a book value, and you get to share in that benefit here at DuePoint. You're always getting a royalty of the book value that we create. This mitigates a lot of risk. As employees, we are subjected to activity-based income. Your contract with your employer says you get to work at this time, you can go home at this time, you're allowed a lunch hour, maybe you get 15 minutes of tea time, you get this many sick days. And what happens if anything threatens your ability to work? What happens if you're sick for longer than the sick day stipulated? Has anyone been in that position? Yes, sir. Right? Your boss says, well, I've got a business to run. Off you go. I'm not paying you. Your income ends on that day. What happens if the business suffers and they talk of retrenchment? And suddenly you've got a white envelope on your desk on a Monday morning. Right there, your income ends because your activity ends. What happens when you get to the golden age of retirement, where you should be looking forward to relaxing because you've spent 45 years working? Less than 5% of South Africans can afford retirement. Right? And the day you retire, your income ends. But if you earn recurring income, if you're getting a royalty out of a book value from an insurance business, your income never ends. Right? We're going to touch on more when we speak about the value of building an asset. Power duplication, this is your opportunity to build a team around you. We allow you to build a team and benefit from the team's effort. And so if you can build an effective, resourceful team around you to help you build your channel of distribution, your income can increase exponentially. Right? Not based solely on your efforts. And so that's a benefit you want to leverage as much as possible. Our business is very flexible in the fact that we've invested a lot of money in keeping our business technology a forward-focused business with regards to technology. And so we've got a mobile app that allows you to build your channel of distribution from your phone. We've got streaming technology that allows me to present to the entire world 5 times a week at no cost to you. And so you certainly want to leverage the technology here at DuePoint because it makes business easy. You can start building a channel in Cape Town tomorrow without any cost to yourself, right? Very easy to connect people. And then no startup capital. We've designed this business to have a very low barrier to entry. Typically, entrepreneurship is fraught with risk. Why? Because it takes a lot of time to get a business up and running. We're not even talking about successful, just up and running. It takes a lot of cost. You think about all the costs associated with starting your own company, right? But here we've designed this business opportunity on purpose to be as accessible as possible to South Africans, and so we've created a very low barrier to entry. In other words, it's very easy. It's risk-free to get involved at DuePoint. You are at liberty to do this business, to at least try this business without any fear of risk being involved. We don't have registration fees. There's no starter kits you have to buy. You don't have to invest in boxes of product to get started in this business, right? And so I hope that even if you're skeptical, you go, well, I've got nothing to lose. Let me try this business anyway. And then at the same time, no qualifications or experience requirements. And then for me, one of the most important benefits is the knowledge that you're building an asset that you have ownership over. So your channel of distribution, you have legal tender over this channel of distribution that you're building here at DuePoint. It means you own it. This is a massive difference for you, right? This is why I say it's one of the most important benefits. Because I want you to know that if you spend time investing, sacrificing time in building a channel of distribution, know that you own it. It can't retrench you. It's never going to retire you. DuePoint will carry on paying you through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, through your 90s. When do you plan on dying? 100, 110, 120? I don't know. I don't think I want to live that old, right? And guess what happens when you die? What happens to assets when you die? Assets that you own. They don't disappear, right? They form part of your estate. You get to pass wealth, legacy onto the next generation. Very, very, very few South Africans get to do that, to pass wealth onto the next generation. And so I'm hoping that people will be happy to sacrifice time in knowing that they're building this thing that they ultimately own. And it means you can also sell it. You can sell it at any stage. Maybe none of your children want it. Or maybe you don't have children. You can sell it. Right? If something's producing 5,000 Rand a month, 10,000 Rand a month, 50,000 Rand a month, it is a lot of intrinsic value. And then finally, there's absolutely no requirement of you to go out and sell. Who thought they were going to be selling something when they came here? You all did, right? All our guests, you thought, what am I going to be selling here at DuePoint? You're not selling anything. That's my job. I will tell you about the products. It's our website's job. Our website's got all the information about our products. You don't do any selling. Your only mandate is to go out and connect people to the DuePoint business opportunity. You need to make that distinction in your head from day one. Business opportunity, DuePoint's products. You don't have any responsibility over the DuePoint products. Your responsibility is to connect people to the business opportunity at DuePoint. And that's a great thing. Because in South Africa, guess what the most attractive commodity is today? Born out of necessity, unfortunately, but it's opportunity. People are looking for opportunity out of necessity. And then at the same time, because our products are financial in nature, it means they're not tangible products. There's no boxes in the foyer. Did anyone see boxes of product in the foyer? No. They're intangible, right? We've got IT systems that take care of the stock and distribution, so to speak. And so you never have to bat an eyelid about products ever again. But your success is very much predicated on your ability to build this thing called the channel of distribution. So I'm going to show you what one looks like and how one grows. So it begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you go out and start telling people about DuePoint. A percentage of those people will join DuePoint. They will. So in this little example, we've got 5 people that join your channel on your first point. 4 of them start to do some work. There's that 5th one still sitting on the couch today. It's been 4 years almost, still sitting there doing nothing. That's just human nature. Don't ask why. Don't ask that question. But the 4 go out and start building the channel with you. They're building their own channels, but in turn they're actually collaborating and helping you build your channel. And this is where the power of duplication lies. This is the channel that you build. This is the asset that you own. Every single product owner represented by a dot on the screen is earning you what we call a return at the end of every single month. This is the asset that will pay you regardless of whether your boss retrenches you, whether you're retired, doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what health status you're in. DuePoint will keep paying you because we pay you for the channel that you build, not for your activity. Right, so that's what a channel looks like. How do we pay our wealth engineers every single month? So we pay them typically on the 17th of the month. It is through our returns program, which is based on a 27.50 Rand fee that you earn for every product in your channel. It is dependent on where the product lies, right? The closer the product is to you, the more you earn. And then that starts to fall off the further the product gets away from you. So remember the first 5 people you connected in that example. We call that your first point. And on your first point, you actually earn 55 Rand for every product every month, right? So now think about if I went out this weekend and connected 10 people, right? I'd be earning 550 Rand a month, right? And then those people went out and started connecting other people. So what happens if I had 100 people on my first and second point? Now suddenly I'm earning 5,500 Rand a month. But remember, it's recurring income. I don't have to go look for those people again next month. I don't have to sell anything next month. And so it becomes 5,500 Rand every single month. And so if we look at it as annuity income, it's about 60,000 Rand that you've generated for yourself if you connect 100 people onto your first and second point. And those people go out and connect people on your third point, and so on and so forth. And your channel carries on growing all the way out. In this example, to the 8th point, you see the multiplier drops from 200% down to 4%. But at point 8, we don't stop you at 4%. From point 8, you can carry on growing your channel beyond point 8. There's no limitation to the size of your channel. We will keep paying you 4% from point 8, in theory, to infinity. And so no, there's no limitation on the income that you can earn at DuePoint. No limitation. Think about that for a second. I'm going to constantly remind you that I am after long-term relationships in this business. Not short-term, not 1 year or 6 months or 3 years or 5 years. I want lifetime commitments out of people. And so knowing that DuePoint doesn't place any limitation on how much money I can earn at DuePoint, and I have the freedom of building a channel that gets bigger every day, every month, Well, maybe I can make a lifetime commitment to this business. People still want to understand, well, how much effort is required in this business? Give me a sense of how much money I can earn with time. So we built this projection over the next 5 years. It is fairly accurate. It's very complicated. So don't try to figure it out in your head. You won't. It made my head spin when I tried to just figure out how the actuaries were building it. And it takes into consideration a lot of the negative aspects. We say negative, it's not negative, it's just business aspects. Some people don't pay, some people don't build, some people cancel, right? We take into consideration all of that. The premise is that you are able to connect 2 people onto your first point every single month. So that's simple, right? I said I was going to go connect 10 people this weekend, but in this example, we only look at connecting 2 on your first point every month. So it's only 1 person every 2 weeks. If you can do that, you should get to about 2,500 Rand after 6 months of work. Now, I know you're thinking right now, I need that money now. Can't wait 6 months. 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand. It's going to take too long. But I want to explain to you one of the aspirations we have. When we talk about wealth creation in our business, one of the things we need to achieve. So for people to become wealthy, there's something that we have to sort out. There's this paradigm shift that we have to achieve. And that is getting people to think differently about money. Not only making money, you have to think differently about money. I can show you someone here in Bryanston that earns R250,000 Rand a month. Would you deem them wealthy? Would you say, oh, that's a wealthy person? 250,000 Rand salary a month. But what happens if that person's bonded a 15 million Rand house? They've got 2 nice cars in the garage, both financed. The kids are at private school, here at St. Stithians, that are being paid for every month. Is that person wealthy? They look wealthy. They look wealthy, right? Even the dog is good looking. That's when you know someone's wealthy. But what happens if that person got retrenched this month? What does the following month look like for that person? There's suddenly big trouble in Little China for that household, right? You want to suddenly know that your income is ending, but your bills are sitting at 225,000 Rand a month. Suddenly the kids get pulled out of the private school. Suddenly the cars are trying to be sold very quickly. The house is on auction. And when they auction off your house, whatever they get for it, they bill you for what they don't cover, what you owe them, right? And so when I say we're trying to create this paradigm shift at the same time, we have to get people to think differently about money. If you start generating money at DuePoint, you've always got the decision. Do I spend the money? Which I would do. I would spend it. Or do I look at the money and go, I can make more money out of this money? How do you make more money out of money when you're indebted? We all got debt, right? You pay your debt off faster. Paying debt off faster has the same consequence as investing money. Do you know that? And typically the interest rates on debt are way more than what you get on interest in a savings or an investment. So get rid of your debt as quickly as possible. The example we have here is a 1 million Rand bond. You went to the bank, you asked for 1 million Rand. They said, oh, we give you 1 million Rand, you've got a job, you've got a good credit record, 20-year bond. Your installment at Prime Plus 2 is going to be about 11,500 Rand a month that you have to pay for 20 years before they send you your deed papers to that property. You become a homeowner only after 20 years. But you join DuePoint and you're earning this little 2,500 Rand. And Rob says, don't spend it, put it into your debt. Why? Because if you put 20% extra into a bond, it'll reduce the bond by nearly 50%. That 2,500 Rand will save you 900,000 Rand in interest over 11.5-year period. Then you can buy a second house in the second 10 years. Now that's where wealth lies. Owning the second house is the asset that creates annuity income for you. But you could have easily just gone and had nicer lunches, bought the kids maybe a couple of more toys, gone to Pappuccino's a few more times that month. There's the 2,500 Rand gone every month. At year 1, at the end of the year 1, 12-month mark, you're earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. Remember, you're connecting 2 new people into the business every single month. At year 2, 24 months, you're close to 28,000 a month. Right? Exponential growth. Why? Because you've got a team around you helping you build your channel. At month 36, nearly 50,000 Rand a month. After 4 years, you're close to 70,000 Rand a month. And after 5 years, you're close to 85,000 Rand a month, which is about 1 million Rand in annuity income. 1 million rand. Are you wealthy now? Depends, doesn't it? It depends. Woo, I bonded 100 million rand house. It always depends. But this example is, like I said, it's been built by actuaries, right? It's a formula. And so it's very important for us to introduce wealth engineers to you that are doing this business, because that's where the true test lies. Are people doing this business that you're telling me about? How are they doing? Right? And so we introduce many wealth engineers to you. We've got brand new people like Singh. She's been in the business for 60 days. She's generating over 3,000 rand a month already. She didn't wait to get to month 7, month 8 to get to the 3,000 rand. She didn't say, oh, I'm happy with connecting 2 people a month. She's connecting 10 people a month. And you're at liberty to connect 10 people a month. Don't listen to me. What do you want out of DuePoint? The 21 people she connected went out and found 77 people. The 77 people are formed over a 6-point channel. Then we've got Bridget and George Buerta. They're down in PE. They've been in the business 2.5 years. They're generating a very nice 6,000 rand income from DuePoint every single month. They've only connected 15 people on their first point. 15! Must be good 15, because those 15 have helped them find 200 people in their channel. The 200 people are formed over 7 points, affording them a return of over 6,000 rand a month. Retired banker, and he's quite happy. We've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. You're at liberty to decide what you want out of this business. No one is going to make that decision for you. If you're the person that wants 85,000 rand a month, come get it. If you're happy with just 1,500 rand a month, that's fine too. But you decide. So this is our returns program. This is the income, the return that we pay wealth engineers on the 17th, 18th of every single month. It's that second paycheck that you get to derive for yourself. On top of this, we've got the rewards program. Our XP rewards program rewards you when your channel gets to certain sizes. We call them ranks, right? So they start at 4 products in your channel. That's rank 1, and then it gets bigger. The requirement gets bigger, but the rewards get bigger as we go along. Most of them are cash rewards, but the first rank that isn't a cash reward is rank 5. We give you a business toolkit, which is made of DuePoint merchandise and stationery, so that you at least look professional when you go out and become a proponent of DuePoint. You can, by the way, buy stationery from day 1. You don't have to wait till you get to rank 9. I hope everyone will get business cards. Business cards for me are very important. Someone said to me the other day, I don't use business cards. Yes, but you look like an amateur when you don't have one. The person might not use it, but that 5-second interaction with somebody when you go, oh, I've got a wonderful business for you. Okay, can I send you a WhatsApp, or can I find you on Facebook? No, here's my business card. It might seem traditional, but it creates a very good first impression when the person goes, okay, this person's serious. They've got good-looking professional business cards. DuePoint looks legitimate instead of just this person trying to bandy around some business that you can't even see represented anywhere, right? Rank 7, we take that a step further. We get very special business cards manufactured for you. They are handmade. They're gilded in gold. The logo is foiled in gold. There's no ink on these business cards. So they're handmade. They cost us 17,000 rand for one set. Again, if you're going to sit down in a meeting and put a 17,000 rand business card on the table, it creates a wonderful first impression. Your lifeblood is connecting people to this business, and we want you to be successful at connecting people to the business. At Rank 9, we take you and your family to our Rank 9 International Conference. It is 7 days away. It's business class flights. It's a 5-star luxury resort that you get to enjoy with your family, and it's an all expenses paid trip. So in other words, you don't spend. We send a car to come fetch you and your family, and you leave your wallet at home. You bring your Speedo, your bikini, your passport. That's all you have to bring. We take you to the airport, business class lounge. If it's your first time at the business class lounge, you can eat all the food and drink everything there because it's mahala. Get onto a business class flight. Have you ever seen 3-year-olds on a business class flight? Awesome. The economy class people walk past and scowl at the children. Why are you wasting such a big seat with such a small person? That's true. You see little people sitting in those big business class seats, and the air hostess offering everyone champagne and orange juice. You get a real menu in business class, not the back page in the magazine that says you want to buy chips and biltong. You get a menu, and you get to choose what you're having for lunch off the menu. And then when we get to the resort, you very quickly realize that it is a resort that is reserved for millionaires. It is. Very few of us would be able to afford to get to a resort like that. I tried to, the last trip we went on, we wanted to extend our stay, and I asked the person that organizes these trips for us, please just inquire with the hotel. We want to stay 1 or 2 days longer. And I got the quote back, and I said, okay, no thanks. We'll go to Umhlanga Rocks on the way back. Because it's about 30,000 Rand a night, 30,000 Rand a night per room. Right? So really, it really is the opportunity to experience what it feels like to be a millionaire and to enjoy that vacation with your family, not once, but every single year for the rest of your life. Because at rank 9, you've got 1,000 products in your qualified channel. DuePoint is paying you about 20,000 Rand a month at this stage. And you're well on your way to getting to the place where you can afford these holidays when you want to go on them. So take a look. We've documented our last 2 trips. They've both been in Mauritius. The third one is also going to be in Mauritius. Thanks. So I'm hoping our tight-knit group of 7 families will grow this year, but that is up to you. It is available for every single person. You can get to rank 9 in under 6 months if you want to. And if you don't make it this year, it's waiting for you next year. If it takes you 3 years, if it takes you 5 years to get to rank 9, earning 20,000 Rand a month, telling your family, this year I'm taking you on a millionaire's holiday. 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. So we pay for the car cash. It gets placed in your name. There are no T's and C's. There's no DuePoint stickers on it. It is your car. A car you get to park in the garage with no installment, no debit order. That's the best car to own. The best car to own. Now, I remember paying my first car off and then driving that car around for a couple of years, and then the car started getting old, and I could not bring myself to finance another car. Because when you're not paying for a car and you've got a car, and then you've got to suddenly go buy a car, and then you've got this installment on it, nearly killed me, right? But that's it. How much closer are you to becoming debt-free when the car in your garage is brand new with no installment? When you're earning, at this stage, you're probably earning close to 35,000 Rand a month. And we are only at rank 11. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. 28. This is the little car in the rewards program. It is. The Mauritius trip is the little holiday in the rewards program. You might not believe it, but I'm telling you. Rank 28, we suspect, should take about 25 years to achieve at DuePoint for the people that are building actively. Why? Why would we think that far out? Because we're trying to get people to make long-term commitments to this business, to go, wow, rank 28, let me keep pushing. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, right? DuePoint has got wealth in mind for everyone that engages with us here. Our business is very much built on the backbone of the products that we've innovated for South Africans. So we have got investment and insurance products, a lifestyle product as well, but the products all speak to wealth. You will not find a single person in South Africa who is wealthy who does not have investment and insurance products in place. Why? Because those products protect your wealth. If you're going to spend a lifetime working on wealth that can disappear in an instant because of an unforeseen event, well, that's just naive, right? And so we're hoping South Africans will engage with these products positively because they are there, perhaps for the benefit of your family, not so much for you, right? So take a look at the products through that lens. Access Wealth is our first product. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It's going to cost you only 324 Rand a month, 100 Rand of which will be invested into a tax-free investment fund, which is in your name. You've got full access to that fund. And then the insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, regardless of your blood sugar levels, we will pay out 120,000 Rand to your beneficiaries. Then we've got Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is going to cost you 249 Rand a month only. It is strictly insurance. There's no investment portion to this, but you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover with this product. Our products have been designed to be accessible to everybody. And so regardless of your age, as long as you're over the age of 18, with these first two products, there is no age limit, right? And we don't care about your health status. The price is the same for everybody, and so it becomes accessible to everybody. Family Wealth is our third product, is a funeral cover product, arguably probably the best funeral cover product in the country because I am perusing the competition all the time. 299 Rand affords you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It'll cover up to 5 family members. It also gives you, the principal member, 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, we will cover 10,000 Rand of any liability or debt that you might have. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand. You can also increase the cover to 10 family members. And there you can see, no excluded pre-existing conditions. Doesn't matter what your state of health is, you can take out this product. You do, however, have to get in this product before the age of 70. But once you're covered by Family Wealth, it becomes a whole of life product. So in other words, it doesn't matter what age you get to then, we will keep you covered. You can get to 120, you'll still be covered. Right? A lot of other insurance companies kick you off when you get to 70, 75 years of age. They just say, we're not covering you anymore. You could have paid for 30 years. You get kicked off, right? But this is a whole of life product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is going to cost you 299 Rand a month. What we aim to achieve with this product is to get you to spend less every single month. And so what we've done is we've engaged with a number of partners. You see them all listed there. We've negotiated discounts and services with all these businesses. And we suspect that you spend money with at least 2 or 3 of those partners that you see listed there. And if you engage in these partners and you're on Wealth Points, well, then you should lower your monthly expenditure through this product. Right, so we've got Cell C, ShopRite Checkers, always on. There's some big ones there. Take a lot. Eagle Ford, that's where I bought my last car. Eagle Ford, the grudge purchase. But guess what? I got a 100,000 Rand discount at Eagle Ford. They gave me the same price. This is how unbelievable it was. They gave me, I've been looking at a Ford Ranger Wildtrak for a long time. Actually, when I started with DuePoint, it was the first time. I had a friend who was the principal at Fury Ford. I didn't go buy the car from him. I went to Fury Ford, and he gave me his Wildtrak for the day. I thought, oh, I want to buy this car. It's so nice. And 5 years went past, right? And then eventually I decided, okay, now I must buy this car because my wife's Polo is about to fall apart. And I went to Eagle Ford, and they said, we'll give you 100,000 rand off the price. It was the same price I got quoted 5 years ago by my friend from Fury Ford. And so if you engage in this product, there is massive benefit if you engage in the partners, right? And so we think you will. So that is Wealth Points. Those are 4 products. The price is the same for everybody. The products are straightforward and simple. They've been designed purposely like that. But if you need more information, go to our website. There's enough information there to satisfy you. For those people that need money now, who needs money now? I know you all put your hand up. Everyone's going to put their hand up. Of course you need money now. So this is the way to do it. You don't have to wait for your channel to grow. You can earn, in your first month at DuePoint, you can earn 16,500 rand in your first month at DuePoint. It is through the Achiever Quest. So if you're able to connect 10 people onto your first point who all pay successfully in the same month, we will boost your return. So we will add on top of your current return, we'll add 5,000 rand. If you're able to do 20 people, we'll give you 10,000 rand. And if you're able to do 30 new wealth engineers in a single month that pay successfully in the same month, we will give you 15,000 rand on top of your return. Right? And so if it's your first month and you go connect 30 people, that'll be about 1,650 rand on just your first point as a return that DuePoint will pay you on the 17th. And because you've achieved tier 3 of the quest, we'll give you another 15,000 rand. Right? And we've got people that have been doing it every single month. Every single month so far. The Achiever Quest has only been live for the last 2 months. And so there's massive immediate value waiting for you. In terms of long-term incentive, we've got the 365 challenge. We challenge you to connect 365 people on your first point in 365 days. So your first year at DuePoint, if you can connect on average 1 person a day to DuePoint, there's about 1.5 million rand in value waiting for you. Why? Because statistically, if you do 365 people on your first point, that'll get you over 12 months. So this time next year, you will probably be sitting at about rank 13, rank 14. You'll be earning close to 50,000 rand a month from your channel by that stage. You'll have the business pack, you'll have the 17,000 rand business cards, you'll have the rank 9 holiday, you'll have the car parked in your garage, you'll have a whole bunch of extra checks along the way, and you might be rank 14. If you get to rank 14, you're enjoying a Mediterranean cruise every single year. Not just a Mediterranean cruise, a 5-star luxury Mediterranean cruise. Everyone been to Nice? Been to the French Riviera? Anyone Italian Riviera? Croatia? The Greek Isles? Go Google it. It is probably the most beautiful place on the planet, right? There's a reason why they do Mediterranean cruises. There's a reason why the billionaires park their yachts in the Riviera. And you get to enjoy that every single year, right? And so if you do the Achiever Quest every month, that'll be another 180,000 rand. And then if you do it in the 365 days, we'll give you, on top of all of that, we'll give you another 365,000 rand cash check at the end of the period. 1 person a day. That's it. It's on offer. It's on the table. You got to decide now, right? So those are the 2 incentives that we're running, Achiever and 365. Bloemfontein Encounter is coming up on the 20th of July. Brendan's going down. He's doing a business seminar on DuePoint in Bloemfontein on this day. We hope that you will connect as many people to this encounter. It is a wonderful opportunity to build your business in the Free State. So if you know anyone in the Free State, you WhatsApp them, you message them, you Facebook them, you phone call them. Doesn't matter how you connect them. Connect as many people to this opportunity as possible. Tell them there's a business seminar, that the head executive is coming down to talk about the business opportunity. All you have to do is get your bum on the seat there for that morning. That's all you have to do. It's not going to cost you anything. Go see what they have to say, and I promise you Brendan will sign up 70-80% of the people that you get there. But you have to get people there, right? And so start making a list now. Make the list now. Go to our website, click on events, you'll see the Bloemfontein Encounter listed there, register yourself and your guests. And so what is the decision? I'm always interested. What is going through your mind right now? Are you thinking, ooh, 1.5 million rand, that's what I want. Oh, I'm still thinking about my sand, the warm sand amongst my toes in the Mauritius trip. Oh, I'm going to tell my kids we're going to Mauritius every year. What are you thinking right now? I hope you're thinking about what you have to do to fit this business into your life. That's what I'm hoping. Because for us to affect any change in our lives have to change, right? And so I know we are fraught with routine. You can call it a comfort zone, but it's this routine. We have habits every single day. We know what time we wake up in the week. We know what we have to do in the mornings. We get to work. We know what we have to do at our jobs. We come home. We've got another routine at home. And our lives unfold like this, in this routinely, habitual way every single day. And now suddenly there's this guy asking you to fit another business into your life. How do you do that? How do you make that happen? If you want to make it happen. If you don't want to make it happen, well, that's not a question you have to answer. But if you want it, if you want a second paycheck every single month, if you want to enjoy the rewards program, if you want a car parked in your garage that you never had to pay for and it's brand new and it has no installment to it, if you want that kind of stuff, you have to decide, what am I doing this afternoon? Am I doing the same thing I did last weekend? What am I doing on Sunday? Am I doing the same thing I do every Sunday? And on Monday, what am I doing on Monday? How do I fit this business into my life? How do I just tell people about DuePoint? Start there, right? And we're going to be answering that question. We've got a launch workshop. I'm going to touch on that shortly, straight after this presentation, that'll help you. Very quickly, if you do join DuePoint, you become a wealth engineer, you have to go forward with belief and trust. You have to. Otherwise, you won't be successful. People will see, oh, this person doesn't even believe in the business they're talking about. Right? And so go to our website, go to the Constantia website. We are a listed business. We're on the Joburg Stock Exchange. And so no, we are publicly audited. We're a registered insurance company. So know that we are audited and regulated by the Financial Services Board constantly. Right? We've got a 70-year track record that you can go snoop around in. Surely they must have done something wrong in 70 years. Well, we haven't. Right? What I'm trying to do is get rid of your skepticism. If you have skepticism, sort it out before you start moving forward, right? Go snoop around. Go to the FSCA website. Type in Constantia. You'll see all our financial licenses come up. They're on display outside in the foyer above the water cooler. There's the FSP number that we operate under. That's Constantia's offices. They're down the road here in Randburg. We got the launch workshop straight after this. So the time now is 1:45. So let's make it... I don't usually start at 11:30. Let's start at 1:15. So that gives you 30 minutes. 1:15, we'll start our launch workshop. The launch workshop is a workshop where you get to ask me questions, as many questions as you want at any time of the presentation or during the workshop. But I go through the mandatory aspects that you have to know in this business. So if you want to get started now, and even if you're a new wealth engineer, if you've never been to a launch workshop, come to the launch workshop. It's quick. We go through all the important stuff. The explicit stuff that you need to know in this business to start making money out of DuePoint as quickly as possible. We'll go through all of that. It is straightforward. So join me. We'll start at 11:15. I'll come round you all up at 11:15. We'll do that. And so I thank you for your time this morning. I'm glad I didn't spill coffee on anyone. And my wish for every audience that I get to address, my wealth engineers, our guests here that have made time to come watch this business presentation, my wish is that you're able to muster some prosperity out of 2019. Who's going to have a prosperous 2019? Are those just the wealth engineers putting their hands up? The rest of you are going, oh, I don't know. It's exactly what our business is about. Come try it. Come try it. Our business is about prosperity. This is a non-competitive environment. It's a wonderful environment where we get to collaborate with each other. You get support from head office constantly. We are always in your face, whether you like it or not, right? We are engaged with you. But come, get stuck into this business and see what it can do for you. Because in your first month at DuePoint, you can start earning money. You can. You don't have to wait 6 months. It's not a 3-year process. You can do it in a weekend, actually. And so that's my wish for you, is that you get to create prosperity this year, not later, now. Good luck.